Think about Aquarius like the cultural reference point for the collective or the zeitgeist, generally speaking. This is because Pluto's moving through the sign, and we've just seen the North Node shift into Aquarius as well. Now, at the end of the month, in a couple of days, we have the full moon in Aquarius, and that is a completion or an accumulation of a cycle that actually began back on February 17th when we saw the lunar eclipse in your sign. What does that mean? I'm Sook Boy. You're awesome. The real question may be, as an Aquarius rising, are you oscillating at a very high frequency or a very low frequency? Polarities exist within each and every sign. Generally speaking, you will swim in the depths and the murky shadows of any particular sign when you're hypervigilant or experiencing high levels of cortisol, stress in other words. For Aquarius rising, that can mean that you're overly dogmatic, aloof, detached from your reality. Now, by detached, I mean alienated, having a serious issue with authority. Again, being rebellious against something and not really knowing why you are. Now, the higher frequency is innovative, experimental, visionary, and an expertise in pattern recognition. Progressive, original, highly original, and idealistic. But this is because, it's humanitarian and it's looking at the future and what might unfold. So in this time, it's a fantastic opportunity to ask you what matters to you, what motivates you. This lunation is happening in your first house, so your actual body is activated in this time. And the moon is opposing Jupiter and the sun in your seventh house of partnership and important relationships, romantic, business, platonic, or otherwise. Health is wealth, and this is a genuine moment of self-recognition and how you inhabit your meat suit. Have you become overindulgent? Are you giving too much of yourself away to your partner? Do you have independence? Do you have freedom? And ultimately, what are the resources you are consuming? Now, not just food, alcohol, substances, media. What information have you exposed yourself to? And how is that informing your vision of the future? Now, Pluto in the first house is really powerful, but it's basically putting you potentially through some kind of identity crisis or existential crisis, especially when it comes to who you want to be involved in your intimate relationships. Checking in on not just how you're feeling emotionally, but how you're physically feeling is really important in this time. Now, Saturn is out of dignity in its fall in Aries, in your third house of your local environment, what you've normalized, what you're familiar with every day. It's forming a square to Mercury in your sixth, so no doubt many of you have been very, very busy. And so if you haven't been paying attention to your body and maintaining your health, you could have let yourself go in this time. And there could be some negative emotions attached to that, guilt and shame around your appearance, for example. It also speaks to the settings of the mind and how you speak to yourself, how you generate ideas, and how you transact those ideas with people, again, in your immediate environment. Not to mention the way you conversate with people over text, email, messages, so on and so forth. One would assume that you're extremely time poor. There's a lot of duties, a lot of daily tasks, domestic duties as well, with Chiron moving into that fourth house. So it is kind of justifiable that you've let yourself go. But this gives you an opportunity to really touch base with yourself and your partner and hold each other accountable, if indeed you are in some kind of relationship. Now, if you aren't in a relationship, it's just good to take a moment to yourself, find your inner peace, and some kind of tactic or strategy to take better care of yourself. Just saying. Is there an impatience here? Is there an urgency here? Again, have you forgot to actually ask the body what it needs? All this to say, it's time to fill your cup. It's time to feel comfortable and reconnect with your body, to feel grounded once more. Once you do that, you will actually have a very clear vision of the future, where we're headed, and you'll be able to contribute to society, to the collective, to the culture, as you are a conduit of it in this time, but not until you take care of yourself.